there's a lot coming to the table here that I think people don't even realize, like how much he is bringing to the table. First off, right-handed bat. That's what the Red Sox needed. They needed balance in this lineup, right? You had too many lefties. There's lefties all over the place. You needed an everyday right-handed bat. No, not Randall Grichuk. No, not Justin Turner. I love my ginger brother. I miss that man, but that's not the bat you needed, right? You needed an everyday right-handed bat to balance out this lineup. And Craig, he's been telling us that from the get-go. He's been saying that for a while. He was just saying that, yesterday? Saying, yeah, we're engaged, trying to find, an impact right-handed bat. A lot of people were thinking this guy's full of BS. This guy's, he's just Mr. Word Salad, But in the end, Craig was telling you right to your face that they were working on it, and he got it done. So I think there needs to be a little bit more faith with Craig Breslow moving forward. He got the big trade done this offseason, and he got the big signing done. It was a buzzer-beater signing, but he got the deal done. So Bregman, strikeouts. That's going to help out. But where Bregman is really going to bring the impact is how good that bat plays at Fenway Park. If you're looking for a bat that fits perfectly at Fenway Park, it belongs to Alex Bregman. Now, I'm not saying he's going to be Manny Ramirez by any means, but when you look at the bat at ball metrics, pretty middle of the road last year, right? In Houston, he had the Crawford boxes fitting there. So, a lot of people were thinking, well, is Comerica going to be a good fit for him? Will Wrigley Field be a good fit for him? But you look at Fenway Park and you go to the park factor for right-handed hitters. They were very good when it came to park factor, right? I think they were third overall when it came to right-handed bats. You got the Green Monster there. He's a guy that is going to be a pull hitter at Fenway. Well, he's always been a pull hitter, but he's definitely going to use that to his advantage at Fenway Park. I see getting at least 30 doubles. Maybe he even approaches 40. I could see a 25 home run guy from Bregman. The bat is going to bring a lot of impact. He has always hit well at Fenway Park. Over a 1,200 career OPS at Fenway Park in his career. There's no question. This is a great fit. Now, like I said, I would have liked to have seen what Arenado could have done. I was thinking that was going to be the more realistic option because I was thinking in my head the Red Sox didn't want to spend the money. They would have gone for the cheaper route with Arenado. But this is definitely the better option, right? You're getting a guy that's a few years younger than Arenado. This is just so much better across the board, right? It's so much better. Now, where Bregman is also going to impact the Red Sox is the defense. Defensively, he has always been very good, right? Third base. You got to remember, with Bregman coming up with the Astros, Cora was the one, he talked about this when he came on the show, and he said, hey, Bregman, this is a guy that we needed at third base at the time, right? Because you already had Correa, you had Altuve. They had to move Bregman out of necessity. But you got to remember, Bregman was a shortstop coming up. At LSU, guy was a great shortstop. He is going to be perfectly fine if second base is his home moving forward. Cora's even talked about this. He says he sees Bregman as a guy that's a perfect middle infielder, right? Perfect guy for second base, right? So let's see if this is the route they end up going. We'll talk about third base in just a second, but if he ends up playing second base, there's going to be some good defense over there. The Red Sox really need an improvement with that, especially if Trevor Story is back for a full year. I mean, if you factor that in as well, the defense is going to improve so much in the middle infield. I can't tell you enough how important middle infield defense is. You need to have that spine of the field strong. You need good defense in the middle infield. Catcher, you need to be good there. Center field, you need to be good there. They're doing pretty good overall when it comes to the spine of the field. Now, it's going to be interesting with Rafael Devers. Now, the big talking point with Arenado was Rafi would move off, probably go to DH. If they ended up moving Casas, who was hot on the trade block at one point, maybe they could have him play first base. Obviously, that's not going to happen now. But when it comes to Rafi at third, could you still see a scenario where Bregman ends up playing third base? I think it's possible. Now, I thought about it because I'm seeing people talk about it. And I think in the end, what's going to end up happening is he ends up playing a little bit of third base here and there, right? To give Rafi a day off or whatever, whatever they do there, right? However they shuffle the lineup. I think Bregman will play a little third base here and there. I could see him playing like, I don't know, 10, 20 games, maybe 30. I could see something like that. However, another wrinkle in this is what's going to happen with Christian Campbell. If Christian Campbell checks off all the boxes in spring, right? It's not just about the numbers. It's about the little things, right? It's the swing decisions, the quality of contact, right? The plate discipline. There's a lot of factors that they're going to be looking at when it comes to Christian Campbell because they are not going to rush this guy. I'm going to tell you that right now. They are not going to rush Christian Campbell, especially now that they have Bregman in the fold. However, if Campbell balls out in spring training and this guy is just checking off all the boxes and he's looking great, there could be a conversation where Christian Campbell could be at second base. Raffy moves off a third. Bregman goes to third. And then what happens with Yoshida? That is something to consider. Right now, I'd say the way you see the lineup here with Bregman at second, Raffy at third, I think that's what it's going to be right now. But look out. Look out for a possible conversation. If Campbell's ready, there could be something there. We'll just have to wait and see as spring training unfolds. I mean, full squad workouts haven't even happened yet. So let's wait and see. Another impact Alex Bregman brings to the fold with the Red Sox. And honestly, I love the bat. Sure, he's going to improve the defense. I love all that. But I would actually argue what I love the most is what he brings to the team as a competitor, as a person, and what he's going to bring in terms of a competitive attitude, right? Alex Bregman coming up, this is a guy where, his parents, I believe, were in the, I believe they were attorneys or whatever. He's always been in a competitive environment, right? Growing up as a kid. Then he goes to LSU. Obviously a big program there in college. Guy that was just built to win, right? Comes up with the Astros. Guys just winning left and right. Whatever. Say what you will about the trash cans. I don't want to talk about it. That's a whole different conversation. Whatever. But still, the Astros, they won a lot of games. Won another World Series in 2022. This guy's a winner. And that's what the Red Sox needed. They needed a guy like this. They didn't need someone loud. They didn't need someone boisterous. But they needed a guy that has swagger. And they needed a guy that knows how to win. They needed, in my opinion, something close to Dustin Pedroia. And that's the closest thing you're going to get to Pedroia. I will always love Pedroia, obviously for what he did on the field, but what he just brought to the team in terms of his competitive nature, his leadership, the fire that he brought to the team. Bregman is going to give you a lot of that. He's going to give you that chip on his shoulder. This is a guy that wants to win. He's going to be great for this clubhouse. I can't even say it enough. Okay? And they need that. The Red Sox, sure, they got some veterans here, but you got a lot of young guys as well. Sure, Trevor Story, he's a veteran as well. But, Story over the last couple of years, he's been trying to figure himself out when it comes to the injuries, right? Bregman, I think this is a guy that you can count on when it comes to being on the field, and he's going to bring that competitive edge to him, right? He's going to keep guys in line. He's going to want the best out of these guys, right? Had a lot of success in Houston. He's going to bring that over here to Boston, right? Obviously has a good relationship with Alex Cora already. He brings so much, not just as a player, but as a person. And I think that's exactly what the Red Sox need. They needed someone like this in the clubhouse. They needed a voice in the clubhouse. A guy that will also not just have a voice, but lead by example as well. This is what they need. Now, yeah, Raffy, obviously this guy, the guy's phenomenal, right? Trevor Story, love Trevor Story, right? I think he brings a lot of good things as a guy in the clubhouse. But you needed a guy like Bregman who's been there, done that, knows how to win championships, knows how to, talk with these guys in the clubhouse. Even just a conversation about just hitting, right? Philosophy, right? Strategy. Bregman is a dude, and he's going to be awesome for this team. I can't stress enough how important that's going to be. This is such a great signing. It's so good. Now, if you want, let's talk about the contract, right? 3 years, 120. Yeah, that's pricey. That's pricey. I was talking about it saying, hey, I'm glad the Red Sox, they just stepped up and got it done. I see the $40 million per year. That's a lot of money. However, this is what you need to do to get the deal done. This is what the Red Sox have been lacking. You had, like I said earlier, you had all these teams involved. You needed to make a move like this. You needed to slap down an offer that this man could not refuse. Great move from a front office point of view, because you have to get aggressive. If you want your guy, just like the here's another thing too. I want to point this out because I'm seeing people say, "Oh, this is too much money. $40 million per year. This is the same amount of money that Aaron Judge is making per year." Well, that's completely different. But those same people are the ones that are, looking at what the Dodgers are doing this offseason, and they're praising the Dodgers. All this money they're shelling out for Blake Snell, Teoscar, all these guys. They're praising these guys. They're praising what the Dodgers are doing. But then I see these same people, they're hating on this. It's like, well, what are we just never going to be happy? Is that just a thing? I don't know. I'm glad they did this. Yeah, it's a lot of money, but it's a 3-year deal. Opt-outs after 2025 and 2026, but it's a 3-year deal. This is great. This is such a win in every single way possible. I can't even stress how amazing this entire situation is. And there's going to be money deferred according to reports. So, it's such a win. I can't even say it enough how much of a win this is. Now, let's talk about the Red Sox league. Things just got interesting. All of a sudden, the Red Sox in the major leagues, they now have the 7th best projected record on Fangraphs, where they are usually pretty conservative. They got them at 85 and 77. They got the Yankees at 87 and 75. All of a sudden, ladies and gentlemen, the American League East just got interesting.